worried about it, trying to go out once a week with their friends at the cafeteria, trying to just live like, working class people, and they can't even do it. That irritates me to a great extent. And then I get physically angry by the injustice of the deindustrialization, the offshoring of our jobs, NAFTA and GATT written to shut down our industry, the devaluation of our currency. And I think about all the family I've got that used to be middle class, that now work 2-3 jobs and can't even barely pay for their children to have new shoes. And I just see the poverty creeping in everywhere. And then I know it's all by design, Cloward and Piven, all by design to bankrupt us and put us on food stamps. And Obamacare is meant to make you go from 40 hours to less than 30. And they tell you now, they tell the businesses, this came out last year, oh, just tell your employees go on food stamps. Walmart tells their employees. In fact, their strategy is pay their employees at a level where they qualify for assistance. I mean, what type of economy is that, folks? It's a broken, domesticated, enslaved, captured people. 800-259-9231. We're going to come back and just free-for-all your phone calls. And I don't care how good your call is. I'm going to try to go to the next person so we get everybody in. So just start your engines, get ready. I'm going to go to you. And then I'll get into all the news in the second hour, shake the show up a little bit here today. But again, it's kind of cozy to not have the lights on all around me and not have the cameras all on, and to not, it's kind of old school. I like it. I thought about maybe once a week doing the radio show without the cameras on. Of course, the nightly news will always be cameras on because that's TV-based, but it's just very reassuring. This reminds me of my first 8 years or so on air when I was just radio, not the last 10 or 11, where we've been simulcasting video at prisonplanet.tv. I think this song says it all. I don't want any shackles on me. Not smart meters. Not forced inoculations.
Don't want no shackles on me.
Not national ID cards. Not NSA spy grids that are all illegal. Not financial shackles of offshore banks signing us on to their derivatives.
I sat down with Big Brother,
and then telling us that we're a debtor nation. Yeah, I got the blues about tyranny. What about you?
Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny.
A lot of evil in the world right now, folks. It's getting worse.
I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny.
Better thank your lucky stars and the Lord above whenever you're got a good time in your life.
I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID.
I don't want a chip in my family, a chip in my wife.
Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles.
It's Jimmy Vaughn, no shackles.
Don't want no shackles on me.
Yeah, down with Big Brother.
I said shame on Big Brother, always tracking and tracing me.
Remember, you were kooky to say this a few years ago. Now it's just out in the open.
Don't want a chip in my mother, chip in my wife, a chip in my babies. Stay out of our life. Don't want
they're going to put
shackles.
genetics into your baby through the GMO
Don't
food.
Want no shackles on
and when
me.
you have genetic disorders, they're going to come in and genetically engineer you to live.
I sat down with Big Brother.
All the back doors built in.
No more slavery.
No more slavery.
Play it for me, baby.
All right, I said I'd go to your phone calls, and I want to go to your phone calls. Chase, Travis, Jeff, Lance, Truth Raider. Jimmy playing his guitar and actually singing that song is on YouTube somewhere. I know it's got a lot of views. We ought to repost that on Infowars.com. Jimmy Vaughn, no shackles on me. See if the guys can find it online and repost it to Infowars.com. We may have the power partially out here at the studios, but Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, Real Alex Jones on Twitter. It's all up and steaming ahead. Let's go ahead without further ado and talk to Chase in Texas. Chase, thanks for calling. You're on the air.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Man, that's some good beer drinking music right there, bro, but it's too early to get started. I wanted to just, here in the past, I've always been negative about this stuff, man, but I'm starting in my spirit to be of good cheer about it because, in my opinion, I think this whole New World Order it's going to be about as successful as the Spruce Goose was for Howard Hughes. They're going to put a lot into it. It's going to get off the ground for a little bit, but it's going to be put to the hanger of history, and we're going to look back at the species as our species and go, damn, we can't go down that road no more.
Well, that's what the Bible says. They'll have their world system for 1 hour.
Yes, sir, you are right. And secondly, I want to say, folks in Texas, get out and vote. I'm not going to say who to vote for. Just do your homework. Main thing is we got to get Cornyn out of there.
Yeah, who do you think's good? Stockman?
Yes, sir, I voted for Stockman, and I voted for Patterson. I voted for Medina for comptroller.
So you voted for Patterson for governor?
No, lieutenant governor.
Yeah, lieutenant governor. That's what I meant.
And governor, of course, I voted for Abbott. I don't even want to. I ain't even going to say her name. And thirdly, sir, I got some of that male vitality. Oh, my God. I've been pole vaulting out of bed, man.
No, listen, I went to Dr. Grip and I said, I want the ultimate purified, concentrated, healthy herbs known to make you release your own testosterone. And, I mean, I'm not kidding in the ad. I have to take it every other day or take a half dose because I already obviously have a lot of male stamina and aggression. But women, again, it's really female vitality, too. It does the same thing to women. In fact, it makes women even more vibrant. We're going to label it for women and change a little bit and come out with a brand for women. But quite frankly, that's going to be a gimmick. But if women want it to be pink bottle and be a little bit different, fine. Super Male Vitality is even better for women, Dr. Group has found. And it took us 6 months to develop it, and it took us months to actually get the herbs that are totally non-GMO. And I didn't mean to go into a plug. Describe what it's done for you.
Well, man, I mean, I just been being lethargic and coming in and working and just, it's like you get your second wind almost. And
well, by the way, my buddy Shane Steiner is a power lifter, and he'd gotten really big, so we kind of, the last 6 months, went into a cardio deal to lose weight just to see if he could do that, and he lost about 30 pounds. And we said, well, let's see what Super Male Vitality does. And he goes, Alex, I know you sell good stuff, but all right, I'll try some herbs, see what it does. He came in there and got like 10 bottles a month ago, and he said, oh, my gosh, I can't believe this. And he's just exploding in size. He says he's never had workouts this good on any other supplements. It's just, it's not hype, folks. We bring you high-quality products to fund the operation that we believe help people. InfoWarsLife.com for the Super Male Vitality, the Fluoride Shield, and, of course, the Survival Shield proprietary Nascent Iodine, InfoWarsLife.com. All right, we'll be back with no more plugs. I'm going to go right to your calls. Waging war on corruption, crashing to the lies and disinformation. Here for now, forever gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper. I don't fear the reaper. Monday through Friday, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're here live. A beacon of liberty transmitting worldwide. I am your host, Alex Jones. And we are taking your phone calls right now. I come to you from captured former Texas in the old republic, FEMA Region 6. This is an emergency transmission. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. That's a beautiful song, isn't it? You'll be with Julius Caesar. And Mahatma Gandhi. And Martin Luther King and Martin Luther. Don't fear the reaper, Ray Kurzweil. You believe you're going to become God, merging with the machines. You believe by throwing your humanity away, you will become enlightened and empowered. Your Faustian pack will only bring you down. Let's go back to your phone calls. I've really done a new record, 35 minutes into the broadcast. I've taken one call. The old days, I could take like 50 calls in an hour. Never been able to do it in like a decade. Let's go ahead and talk to Travis in Washington. Travis, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Good, brother. What you calling about today?
No, I just want to give you an analogy, buddy. I love you. Everything you bring up is true, head on, but you never really seem to. Here's the analogy. You remind me of somebody that's really hardworking with a machete in his hand, cutting down weed, but you're not going after the root. And the root is, in 1867, they made this a corporation, U.S. corporation, and every person that's born into this corporation is filed under it. And when you refer yourself as a person, you are not talking being a human. You're talking being part of this corporation. And this corporation is ran by a president, like the banks. And that president, of course, he's above all the laws of the banks. And that's the way they look at every one of us, Alex. And if that root is still there after you cut down all these weeds, they still own that root. They still own this nasty corporation. They'll do whatever they want.
It is true with the amendments that came in that supposedly ended slavery. It created a new type of citizen that's a ward of the state. And there is a lot of truth to that. And then there's the private Federal Reserve that's been operating for 100 years and 3 months, dominating and manipulating the economy. And so it is all based on fraud. Just like they say every year, it's the law to take vaccines. There is no law to take vaccines to attend school. It's a mass criminal lying fraud. You have to go in their office and say there is no law. You have a waiver to the policy. But I don't even have to fill out the waiver. And then they will go, oh, okay, you're right. Here's the waiver. It's all fraud. There's just so much patriot mythology, though, that if you just go in and revoke the bond and point out that your birth certificate's been used as collateral, which it actually is to the IMF and World Bank, that's true. They don't care. It's force de jure or force majeure. They're just operating by the power of the gun. As Mao Zedong said, all power goes out of the barrel of a gun. That's why they want our guns, to complete our journey into slavery. But, yes, they did not free the black folks after the Civil War. They simply made everyone a ward of the state and inducted us into the system. And then with the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, War Powers Act of 1933, they set up the state police that are really an international OC, Organization of Economic Cooperative Development, Combine, and we have been bankrupted into that. That's how they're appointing the presidents of Greece and Italy, other places now, and signing them onto their debt. That's how they're doing this. They're in the Economist magazine announcing that they're going to privatize basically all the public lands and give it to select corporations, but not because they even bailed us out, because we've been signed on to those corporations, those banks' debts, because we've been signed on to their debt. We then go into debt to them. It's incredible.
Alex, that's without our consent. Are you still talking to me?
Yes, I am, and it's all done without our consent, and it's all fraud.
Right, and you're talking about amendments to a Constitution, and the Constitution was a contract between the government of Washington, D.C. to run the states, not us humans. Not us.
No, I agree. The Bill of Rights and Declaration of Independence, as well as especially the Ninth Amendment, is saying that all the powers are reserved to the people, and that everything listed here, we have a lot more rights than just that.
That's why they threw away the 13th Amendment. It's all paper and it's all crap. It was all funded by the European powers that came over here. They had stock.
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear. The founders weren't perfect, and none of it was perfect from the beginning. And they had to sue for peace and then make some deals with King George III. But this system is under attack because it's anathema to the monopoly capitalist, the monopoly gangsters. And so our real Republican form of government, with the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and Constitution, if properly implemented by the people, is the best system ever created. People blame our system and say that capitalism failed. This isn't capitalism. This is crony, Federal Reserve, picking the winners, fraud. And that's what I'm here to expose. But I hear you, and I appreciate your call, Travis. That's why I love the grab bag calls, the wild card calls. They're just all over the map today. Let's go ahead and talk to Jeff in Texas, then Lance, Truth Raider, Richard, and others. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, man, I got a question for you. I'm a disabled veteran, and from what I understand about the Ryan Murray budget bill, they